Good morning, fellow students, staff, and guests. On behalf of the members of the Natural Helpers, I warmly welcome you to Athey Creek Middle School and to the Harold Schnitzer Spirit of Unity Peace Awards ceremony. We are honored to have been selected to host the award ceremony this year. My name is Arlene, and I will be serving as your Master of Ceremony. We'll begin our ceremony with a final number from the Athey Creek Monday Jazz Band. Whether it is a national anthem, a folk song, a lullaby sung to a child, a symphony, or a jazz chart like the one you are about to hear, music has a way of inspiring people and bringing them together like nothing else can. Please enjoy the Athey Creek Monday Jazz Band playing a jazz classic, Front Burner by Sammy Nestico. It will feature two soloists, 8th grader River Doherty and 7th grader Lucas Lematinen. Monday Jazz Band. I wish to now introduce my fellow natural helper who will help set the stage for this morning's award ceremony. Please welcome Kendra Ogden.
Welcome to the 4th annual Harold Schnitzer Spirit of Unity Awards. Over the last 4 years, the Wholistic Peace Institute and the Harold and Schnitzer and Arlene Care Foundation have honored 35 student organizations. Harold Schnitzer was the initiator of the award, and he believes strongly in the importance of teaching students about peace and developing peace leadership skills in them. Mr. Schnitzer knew the tragedy of war, and he hoped by students learning about peace and peacemakers, they would grow to become adults who would always find ways to settle conflict through peaceful means. He hoped through this award to develop a cadre of student peacemakers in our schools and the communities they are in. This award recognizes both middle and high school programs for their outstanding work in the area of peace and service projects in their school and community. Student programs are also recognized for their pursuit of social justice and other programs that are designed to make their school and our world a better, safer place for all people. Pretty cool, huh? This year, the Wholistic Peace Institute and the Harold and Arlene Schnitzer Care Foundation were particularly interested in student projects that promoted human and civil rights, projects that reduced gang violence in schools, projects that embraced diversity and promoted tolerance, projects that focused on Nobel Peace Laureates as leadership models, conflict resolution, mediation to solve conflict, and peacemaking skills. Both the Wholistic Peace Institute and the Harold and Arlene Schnitzer Care Foundation have selected 12 student organizations and 2 honorable mentions from the many applicants. We look forward to hearing about the important work from each organization later in the program. I'm sure there will be much to learn from our fellow students as they use the power of their voices to make change.
Here's my fellow natural helper who will be introducing our featured adult speakers this morning. Please welcome Montgomery Lee Todd.
Thank you, Riley. Our first featured speaker is Mr. Gary Spanovich. Mr. Spanovich is the Executive Director of the Wholistic Peace Institute, WPI, which works with the Nobel Peace Prize laureates worldwide to prevent war and ending violent conflict for the past 12 years. Part of the WPI mission is teaching students about Nobel laureates and how they have ended war with dialogue and peace agreements, and helping students to become leaders of peace in their schools and communities. Please welcome Mr. Spanovich.
Welcome, students. It's an honor to be here with you today. You really are my heroes. You are my heroes because I know you have taken the time to conduct peace projects, learn about peacemaking, and that is what you all share as one huge student body here, about 14 different schools. WPI believes that if you students are taught the importance of learning about the Nobel Peace Laureates, the importance of doing peace projects, of learning the skills of conflict resolution and mediation, of studying about human rights and civil rights, that this will help you greatly in your life. Then you will grow to be adults who know how to settle conflict peacefully through dialogue, and you will not choose violence, nor would you run away from tough personal situations. And as adults, one of you may be president one day, and you will choose diplomacy to end conflict and not war. I also want to mention another hero of mine, Harold Schnitzer, the person your award is named after. Harold was a great man and a man of peace who believed strongly that war was not the answer, and that young people, students such as yourself, should be encouraged to study peacemaking, peacemakers, and should be supported in engaging in peace projects. The Wholistic Peace Institute has the honor of working with all 800 middle and high schools in the state to provide curriculum material on how to teach about Nobels, teaching material and videos on the Nobels themselves. For teachers and staff who are here today, I want you to know it is the goal of the WPI to bring together every school in the state in some way with the Nobel Peace Laureate over the next few years. So please contact me directly so I can suggest partnerships where schools can partner with other schools or other districts can partner together and we can bring a Nobel to you. Or in this case, with this particular school district, they have a closed circuit television so that if we were to bring a Nobel here, another 8,000 students could see that Nobel speaking. So those are the kind of things the Institute's looking for. Nobel Peace Laureates are our greatest living peacemakers because of some of them, such as Mikhail Gorbachev of the former Soviet Union and Lech Walesa of Poland, World War III did not happen. No nuclear missiles were launched by the Soviet Union at the United States. The United States did not launch any nuclear missiles to the Soviet Union. The Berlin Wall came down. Eastern Europe became democratic and joined NATO. So those two Nobel laureates really saved, really did us a great deal of good as a common people. And studying and learning and how they did that is what's really important for you. Because of President F.W. de Klerk, Nelson Mandela, Bishop Desmond Tutu of the country of South Africa, was transferred peacefully from a country where only a white minority could vote in elections to a democratic country where everyone has the vote. So we owe a great deal of gratitude to those. Also because of Betty Williams and Marie Corrigan, two women who galvanized the women and children of Northern Ireland with massive social protests, which asked both the Protestants and the Catholics to stop killing each other and innocent people. The first ever peace accord was signed there. One of the tragedies of war, conflict, is that innocent people get killed. And Betty Williams was with her sister, and the sister's three children went off to school one morning, and a half hour later, phone rings, and those three children were killed just walking by a car, and a car bomb went off. And that's what violence does. That's what war and conflicts does. And so the Nobels can show us how they did it, and those lessons are relevant today. These Nobel Peace Laureates really are living Mahatma Gandhis, and they're successful because of their values: compassion, reconciliation, hope, self-sacrifice, forgiveness. These are the values that bring peace, that move mountains, whether you're 12 years old or 52 years old. If you students call on those values every day, you will be successful with all your experiences. The Nobel Peace Laureates also were successful because they knew how to mediate a dispute and resolve conflict through dialogue. The Dalai Lama once said to 10,000 students in Portland, "You will always have conflict, and your first impulse will be to run away or to fight. Both responses are incorrect," he said. "The right response is to dialogue with your enemy and resolve it peacefully." So, in closing, I want to ask all of you students here today to follow that simple advice from the Dalai Lama as a Nobel Peace Laureate, and dialogue when you have conflicts. For I guarantee with dialogue, you can resolve all your issues. I also want to encourage all of you to become peacemakers in your families, your schools, and your communities. When you see an argument or a conflict that could turn into a fight, please provide a voice of reason to other students that are in conflict so that you can bring peace to your schools. I hope you will also do that in your families and in your communities where it is appropriate. Become a human rights and a civil rights defender in your schools and family and community. Stand with the minorities in your school. Protect them. Protect all those who need your protection. Choose a career in diplomacy or mediation, or decide to work for the United Nations. Go that direction. Give speeches as you grow older on the importance of peace and peacemaking. Try to find other ways to end a conflict, and then display leadership by speaking out on your good ideas. Always speak truth to power, for truth can conquer the unconquerable. That's what Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela have taught all of us. So I want to end with a quote by Nobel Peace Laureate Albert Schweitzer. "I don't know what your destiny will be, but the one thing I know, the only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve." Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Spanovich. Our second featured speaker is Mr. Claude Pomerleau. Father Pomerleau is a professor at the University of Portland, the University of Chile, and the University of Uganda. Father Pomerleau is a board member of the Wholistic Peace Institute and co-author of the Student Peace Book, a text that is available for free to all schools and can be found at the WPI website. Please welcome Father Claude Pomerleau.
Thank you very much. And Gary, thank you. It's a pleasure to be able to say a few words. I'll try to be very brief. First, let me congratulate the staff and the organizers of this. At my age, I am so impressed that you can put together such a large group of people, so disciplined, so attentive, and so young. It must take a lot of energy, and I'm really jealous, and it's awesome. And I want to thank the musicians too. I'm a clarinet player, love the saxophone, and boy, you guys are really, really awesome. So thank you very much. I want to follow up on Gary Spanovich's emphasis on the Nobel Peace Laureates. You might have wondered why the Wholistic Peace Institute focuses on the Nobel Peace Prizes. And I want to just follow up and give, I hope, additional support for the importance of the Nobel Peace Prize focus. Since 1901, the Nobel Prizes have been given out. They're given out to 4 other categories: physiology, medicine, literature, physics, etc. And peace is one of them. Since 1901, nearly every year, there's been a few exceptions, but nearly every year, somebody has been singled out, or some institution has been singled out as noteworthy, as significant, as an individual or an institution that has helped peace, brought peace a little more forward in our society. And you might be familiar with the most recent Nobel Peace Prizes that have been awarded to the president that has just been reelected, President Obama, and to the European Union. This year, the European Union, an institution, a very important institution, and I would say probably for the last 100 years, and certainly in Europe, the European Union has been the most significant institutional development for peace that the world has seen. It's a model. So the Nobel Peace Committee, it's a group of people in Norway, parliamentarians mostly, who get together and with nominations from around the world, pick an individuals, some of them have been mentioned by Gary Spanovich, or institutions such as the European Union, or the campaign to ban landmines, or the European Union, as we've already mentioned. Now, the pattern of giving these Nobel Peace Prizes has been very consistent and very informative. Since we're particularly familiar with Europe and during the Cold War with the possibility of a nuclear explosion, now I'd like to bring us back to something that I'm particularly interested in, Latin America. Since I've been teaching in Chile and visiting Latin America for many years, I want to point out that the Nobel Peace Prizes have also been awarded to peacemakers in Latin America. And they are models to be studied. I'm sure some of you are interested in Latin America, certainly of the significant presence of Hispanics in our community in the United States, and our growing relationship with Mexico and with Latin America. There have been serious conflicts in Latin America. I'm going to mention one in the 1930s, the Chaco War. One of the first peace prizes to be awarded was awarded to an Argentinian who helped resolve a terribly destructive war between Paraguay and Bolivia and Brazil and Argentina. And more recently, in the 1990s, Oscar Arias, maybe the name rings a bell, was given a Nobel Peace Prize because he helped resolve the conflicts that involved the Soviet Union, the United States, in Central America. Now, the Nobel Peace Laureates, individuals and institutions, are just a wonderful study in history to see how peace can be achieved. I would say that peace today is what is the DNA of future society. You know how DNA shapes behavior. It's become so important for medicine and biology to know the DNA of individuals. Let's just say that the future DNA of our society is going to be peace. Now, it doesn't come easily. It's a hard task. To work for peace is not what slackers or what you do because you can't do anything else. The challenge for the future is going to be to find ways to resolve conflicts without going to war. We're going to need the best minds, the best spirits, the best religion, the best souls, the best bodies, and the best focus of the most brilliant people in our society to work for peace. And that's why we have faith that you will be the peace leaders of the future. Thank you.
Before I continue, I'd like to mention that Father Claude has been invited to the inauguration of President Obama. And to continue, now it is time to meet this year's recipients of the Harold Schnitzer Spirit of Unity Award. Ms. Olmsted is the Assistant Director of the Wholistic Peace Institute and leads the work in India with the development of a school for street poor children. Ms. Barb Hall is the Executive Director of the Harold and Arlene Schnitzer Care Foundation. Ms. Hall leads the foundation work and oversees the Harold Schnitzer Spirit of Unity Award. Please join me in recognizing both of these women's important work. Each student organization will give a brief 2-minute speech outlining their work and why they earned the award. My fellow natural helpers will introduce each student group. To introduce the first student group, please welcome Jake Luther.
Hi, I'm Jake Luther, and the first recipient today is Franklin High School for the Peer Mediation Program.
The Franklin High School Mediation Program is an in-school student-run program that focuses on training students on the skills of mediation and nonviolence as means to resolve conflict. The program was started at Franklin High School in 1990 by Russ Dillman. In 22 years, we have continued to train hundreds of students to serve as peer mediators. Students who are in the program are available during the school year to mediate conflicts that may occur between students and even sometimes between students and staff. Even though it is rare that we have a mediation between a student and a teacher, it has happened in the past. We always ask that the teacher leave their power at the door, as in mediations, both disputants may have equal power during that process.
The program is designed to recognize that by empowering young people with the tools to seek nonviolent resolutions to their disputes, as an educational community can build a more supportive, peaceful, and conflict-free learning environment with a focus on personal and academic success. Each year we have anywhere between 8 to 35 trained mediators who are trained how to run peer mediations between high school students who are experiencing conflict. Each year we do anywhere between 40 to 70 mediations.
Mediations are referred to as by teachers, administrators like vice principals and principals, other staff, and even students. Our program prides itself in the success of our process, where students agree to basic ground rules of communication and where confidentiality is paramount in developing trust between the students and for success. The mediation program is an essential part of Franklin High School's identity as an institution of learning, and we are proud to say that many schools around the state have started mediation programs using Franklin's program as a model. We are proud to share our model at our training materials. We are so excited, proud, and thankful that you have chosen to honor us with this award. We will use the funds to continue to train, new and more students to become peer mediators this school year. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Jesuit High School for their Justice Summit program.
First of all, we'd like to thank the Wholistic Peace Institute for granting us this award. In addition, we'd like to thank Athey Creek Middle School for hosting this event. My name is Catherine Benedict, and I'm a senior at Jesuit High School.
And my name is Libby Steiner, and I'm also a senior at Jesuit High School. Our idea for a Justice Summit came from a Justice Conference we attended last year in Washington, D.C., and we were inspired to bring a similar event back to Portland.
The theme of our Portland Catholic Schools Justice Summit is 6 Schools, 1 Light. Our goal is to bring together all the Catholic schools in Portland and both learn about human trafficking and immigration and advocate for laws that end trafficking and fix our immigration system.
In addition, the St. Mary's girls, who are also receiving an award today, will be one of our keynote speakers on human trafficking at the summit. At Jesuit High School and at the Catholic schools all around the Portland area, we learned that we need to both perform direct service through charity and advocate for justice issues that we care about. We hope that our Justice Summit will be a way to learn how to advocate for peace and justice in our local communities and around the world.
Our hope is that each year a different Catholic high school will host this event and that it will become a collaborative model for educating and advocating for social change.
Thank you again for this generous award.
Hi, my name is Jack Steele, and the next recipient is West Salem High School for their Students for Change program.
Hello, I'm Ella Fadley, and I'm representing Students for Change from West Salem High School. Students for Change is a club dedicated to making a difference in the world. We strive to create change locally and globally, such as in our fight against homelessness in Salem and against human trafficking around the world. In the past, Students for Change has been involved with projects in Afghanistan, Haiti, Madagascar, Darfur, and Ethiopia. But this year, we decided it was time to bring cultural awareness home. This year, we hosted an event called Face to Face Middle Eastern Cultural Conference. We hosted 6 college students from countries in the Middle East, and they shared information about their cultures and their daily lives. We also made sure to involve the audience by providing activities, traditional food, and a question-and-answer session with the students. Our objective with this project was to break down cultural stereotypes, to help people see people, not the preconceived ideas of who we think they are. We want to make a face-to-face connection. As humans, it can be difficult for us to accept others. There's a constant struggle not to take the easy route and just label people. Instead, it's important to explore things that might confuse or frighten us, like exposure to unfamiliar cultural practices. By doing so, we benefit from this experience by learning empathy and respect for these cultures. We wanted to make this goal clear, especially with the current mindset about the Middle East. We hope guests left with new insight and new perspectives, as well as understanding and acceptance about Middle Eastern cultures and customs. We may not have actively changed the world with this Middle Eastern conference, but by changing our own views and biases, we have a global impact. Awareness of other cultures and the acceptance we demonstrate towards them leads to peace. I'm so honored to receive this award on behalf of Students for Change. It's an honor to be here with everyone who has worked so hard to make a difference. And it's especially important for me to be here with my peers and to see people my age who are doing great things. Thank you so much for all the work that you do and for including Students for Change in this recognition.
Recipient is Athey Creek Middle School for our Natural Helper program.
Hello, my name is Kendra Ogden, and I am a member of the Athey Creek Middle School's Natural Helpers Program. This program was created 8 years ago under the leadership of our former wellness teacher, Mrs. Janae Cookson. Our past work includes 6th grade orientation, running assemblies, fundraising, welcoming new students, and other community outreach activities. The mission of Natural Helpers is centered on community through unity, which emphasizes the importance of breaking down barriers in an inclusive manner. Our purpose is to improve our school culture and community outreach by continuing to develop our student voice and actions by studying the work of Nobel Peace Laureates and other unity organizations. One of our next ways to activate our mission is through Athey Creek's Disability Awareness Week. Natural Helpers will be hosting a week-long campaign under Project Unify. Project Unify is sponsored by the Special Olympics and is made up of 3 main ideas: educate, motivate, activate. The main focus of this project is to highlight the abilities and gifts of those with intellectual disabilities. We will kick off this event with an assembly where we introduce our R-Word campaign, which is a movement where we are trying to end the use of the word retarded and show people how hurtful the word can be regardless of the situation. It is also our goal to spread the awareness beyond our school to surrounding Westland areas and communities. We are working to get all of Athey Creek to sign our pledge and commit to stop using the R word. We hope to gain community support to fundraise and advocate for respect, inclusion, and acceptance of all people, regardless of their abilities. We would like to thank the Wholistic Peace Institute and the Harold and Arlene Schnitzer Care Foundation for this award as we continue to be change agents for the world, one action at a time.
And the next recipient is the Russian Youth Leadership Conference.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On behalf of the Russian-speaking Youth Leadership Conference, I am a proud student representative. First and foremost, I would like to thank Concordia University for the Unity Award and Athey Creek Middle School for letting this event be possible. Immigrating from Ukraine 16 years ago, the Russian Conference has helped me reach my full potential. I had the opportunity to be a host speaker 2 years in a row, and it helped me be interested in going to college. The Russian Conference is all about family, unity, and helping students seek their full potential. The conference can help promote college workshops and help students be interested in college. I would like to thank everyone who is participating in it and to have all the students who really want to go to college seek this opportunity. College is the next step to your education and to reaching your full potential. Each and every one of you is a leader inside of yourselves. Thank you, and thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Derek Carmen. I'm a police officer with the City of Portland. I work for the gang enforcement team. And I just want to say thank you for having me here and allowing me to speak to you all. You'll see when you get older and you get a job that there's good parts of the job and bad parts of the job. My job is really great. I really enjoy it. The parts I enjoy are being able to help people, to come to their rescue if they need it. The bad parts are when I see youth that have been hurt by the poor choices that they've made or that their peers have made. So I've been asked to come here and talk about gang violence in the Portland area. Gang violence is, it's a big problem in Portland, but it can change with our future. You're our future. And how we make that change is by the choices that you guys are gonna make as you get older. So my message is not just about gang violence, it's much broader. It's about the choices you're gonna make when it comes to your associations, when it comes to school, when it comes to people offering you drugs and alcohol, things like that. What are you gonna do when you're faced with those issues? So, you know, school, it's easy. It may seem hard, but it's really easy. So continue your education, get through middle school, get through high school, do well, go on to college, and continue that education. Be careful with the associations that you make, your friends. Some of them are gonna make bad choices. You're gonna recognize those bad choices. Sometimes it might seem like it's fun, but don't fall into that trap. That's a slippery slope. It's only gonna lead to further bad choices. Don't get involved with drugs. Don't get involved with alcohol. Those things will help you stay away from gangs and gang violence. Sorry, I wasn't very prepared. I learned about this, that I had to be here early this morning. If you can make those choices, things are going to work out fine, and we won't have to, our paths won't cross in the future. If they do cross, I hope that it can be under circumstances like this, where it's about peace, and we can be friends, because there's nothing worse than seeing youth make bad choices that get them in trouble. So please make good choices, be an example to your friends and to your family. Don't be afraid to tell. If you see someone's making a bad choice, tell somebody. That's a hard decision, I know, but be that person, because you might prevent someone from getting hurt or saving their life in the future.
Through workshops, simulations, and other activities. This year, we're focusing on educating youth about the unhoused population in the Portland area. Youth Ending Slavery works to combat human trafficking by raising awareness about its prevalence in our world today, both locally and globally, and empowering youth to be advocates for change. We believe that student involvement is crucial towards ending the slave trade permanently.
Both of these organizations work towards teaching youth about how they can make a difference. With this award, we hope to extend our efforts beyond the St. Mary's Academy community and influence young people and adults from the Portland metro area and beyond. Thank you so much for supporting us in our mission to inspire students to create change.
The next recipient is Baker Prairie Middle School for their Student Peace Advocates program.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Broziak, and this is Dylan Hilger, Graham O'Connor, and Amanda Roth. We are students of Student Peace Advocacy. Student Peace Advocacy at Baker Prairie Middle School in Canby, Oregon embraces the idea we must think globally but act locally to create world peace. Students in the group accept the local part of the world we can best influence is our school campus. We then set a goal of making our school campus safe, secure, and welcome for everyone. Safety and security at our school have less to do with strict discipline and enforcement policies than it does with creation and support of a school culture that results in students knowing that our school is a safe place. When students walk through the door knowing they will not be bullied, harassed, or somehow made to feel bad, they can focus on the learning of the day. Students can enjoy their school day as relationships between students and groups are developed and enhanced. Student Peace Advocacy began in the spring of 2001 at Ackerman Middle School and enjoyed a 12-year run of success before the schools closed. And in the spring of 2011 through 2012 was the first attempt to bring SPA to Baker Prairie Middle School. The duration of our effort is ongoing, constantly assessing the needs of the school community and developing appropriate campaigns to address the determined needs. One outcome of the influence of student peace advocacy is the level of outreach into our greater community and beyond. It has been said that the typical middle school student sees him or her as the center of the universe. One goal our group has is to move students from asking, "What's in it for me?" to making the first question, "What can I do for you?" Placing the needs of others ahead of our own, students discover they lift up themselves as they lift up others around them. Our belief is the entire student body benefits directly and indirectly from the efforts made by the students in student peace advocacy. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Father Bernard Youth Center for their Embracing Diversity, Connecting to Youth and Community Programs.
Good morning. My name is Don Robinson. I'm the Executive Director at Father Bernard Youth Center in Mount Angel. We're a little unique because we don't have our own population of students or youth. And so what we've done today is we've asked a couple of programs that have come into our retreat facility and taken advantage of our community service outreach opportunities to speak on behalf of Father Bernard Youth Center about the experience that they had. So first, Amanda Maxwell's with Blanchette High School in Salem.
So my experience is with the Friends of Benedictine Nursing Home, which is right next door to the retreat facility. And once a month, the facility helps us go and we visit with the residents, and we get to spend about an hour and a half with them and just make them feel like they have family there, because some of them are out of the state. And so we visit with them and just keep the youth in their lives, and they really appreciate it. And it's really good to be able to tell them what's going on in our community when they aren't necessarily allowed to go out or able to go out. So it's a really good experience. And we also have retreats for our school at the facility, so we go and talk about what we've learned and our experiences and stuff. So it's a really great thing.
And Chelsea Babish is a youth minister, previously at St. Clair, and now transitioning into a new position with Holy Family Parish. Chelsea.
All right, I have a secret for you. Who wants to hear it? Yeah, I know, right? Father Claude said that peace and service is not for slackers. My secret is I was totally a slacker when I went to the Father Bernard Youth Center. But they taught me something super important. My role was as a retreat coordinator, which means I had to put the whole program together for 40, sometimes crazy, but usually very angelic high school students, right? But I thought after I put the whole thing together, then I can kind of just sit back while they go do service. Maybe I'll take a nap or eat some of the pizza early for lunch, right? Wrong, all right? What happened was we were passing out brochures to advertise for Habitat for Humanity, a super important organization all over the United States. And the student groups ran out of brochures.
So I think, oh, you know, they ran out, they'll just come back. Not so. At the Father Bernard Youth Center, what they did is they scrambled, the staff at the center scrambled, printed out a bunch of new brochures, had me cutting them out, threw me in a car, and had us all deliver them to all the different groups. What I learned is that it's so important for youth to be able to serve, but it's also important for their adult leaders to serve alongside them. I think I got more out of it than they did. So I just want to congratulate all of you, and if any of you get an opportunity to go to the Father Bernard Youth Center and serve, you can remember, don't be a slacker like Chelsea.
Thank you both. What makes our facility unique and why this program has been growing and so successful over the last few years is that although Mount Angel, where we're located, is a very small community of only 3,500 people, within walking distance to our retreat facility, we have 8 unique service opportunities, which include opportunities to go and spend time with homeless families that are living in a shelter, with the undervisited, elderly, poor, Habitat for Humanity, Mount Angel Towers Active Living community. And there are so many opportunities for young people to go and immerse themselves into situations that they might otherwise not come into contact with. And we believe that really is a catalyst for peace, because we need to learn how to appropriately enter into new relationships. Last year at Father Bernard Youth Center, we scheduled over 5,000 such service hours, and these are 2 examples of the groups that came in and took advantage of our facility, a place to meet and greet at the beginning, go off into the community and perform acts of service, and then come back in small groups and large groups and really hammer down on the lessons that were learned. So we're very happy to be in service, and thank you again very much. I would also like to say very quickly, walking in this morning and being greeted by all of those wonderful smiles and the green shirts not only gave me a wonderful feeling of welcome, but I have to say a tremendous peace came over me as well, and I felt very comfortable entering in. So you've done a wonderful job hosting us. Thank you very much.